Full NBA today, Clippers have parted ways with Kawhi, LeBron and Giannis to be traded before February. The NBA world never sleeps, and when it comes to shocking headlines, this season has already provided enough to keep fans glued to their screens. The latest buzz circulating through league circles has centered around three of the biggest names in basketball: Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Each of these superstars is connected to swirling rumors about their future, sparking debates on whether the league is about to undergo its biggest power shift in years. The Los Angeles Clippers, 4 years, have built their identity around Kawhi Leonard. They brought him in as the centerpiece to lead them to championship glory, pairing him with Paul George and surrounding the duo with depth. But recent reports suggest the relationship between the Clippers and Kawhi may have hit its breaking point. Injuries, lack of availability, and underwhelming postseason runs have strained patience within the organization. Sources close to the situation are hinting that the Clippers could finally part ways with Leonard, marking an end to one of the most hyped partnerships in recent memory. If Kawhi truly is on the way out, it would leave the Clippers with more questions than answers. Who would they build around? Would Paul George be enough to carry the franchise forward? And most importantly, which teams would be willing to take a gamble on Leonard's elite talent, knowing the risks of his injury history? For some contenders, a healthy Kawhi could be the missing piece to a championship puzzle. For others, the price might simply be too high. While Kawhi's situation alone would be enough to dominate headlines, the league has been rocked by another bombshell. Rumors suggesting both LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo could be on the trade block before February's deadline. For LeBron, the whispers stem from growing tension in Los Angeles. The Lakers have struggled to keep pace with the West's elite, and with James now in the twilight of his career, the front office may be forced to make a brutal decision: trade their all-time great to set up a rebuild, rather than let him walk for nothing in the future. The idea of LeBron in another uniform still feels surreal. He has already cemented his legacy in Cleveland, Miami, and Los Angeles. Here's a 600-word rewritten article with structured paragraphs for your requested topic. Full NBA today, Clippers have parted ways with Kawhi, LeBron and Giannis to be traded before February. The NBA never fails to deliver chaos, but the latest wave of rumors may be the most explosive yet. From Los Angeles to Milwaukee, three of the league's biggest names, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, are now at the center of speculation that could completely reshape the league's balance of power. If even one of these stories proves true, the landscape of the NBA will look unrecognizable by the time the February trade deadline arrives. For the Clippers, the Kawhi Leonard experiment may have finally reached its breaking point. Since arriving in 2019, Kawhi has been both a blessing and a curse, an elite two-way talent capable of taking over games, but also a player plagued by injuries and unpredictable availability. The Clippers built their entire franchise identity around him, believing he could lead them to their first championship. Yet year after year, the team has fallen short, often because Kawhi wasn't on the floor when it mattered most. Now, insiders are whispering that the organization is prepared to move on, signaling the possible end of an era. If the Clippers do part ways with Leonard, the fallout will be massive. Which team would take the risk on him, knowing his health concerns? Would contenders like the Heat, Knicks, or 76ers gamble on his upside, believing a healthy Kawhi is still a top 5 player in the world? Or would his market be more limited, with front offices wary of committing long-term resources? The Clippers, meanwhile, would face tough questions of their own. Without Kawhi, can Paul George carry the franchise forward? Or would the team be forced to hit the reset button entirely? As if that wasn't enough, the NBA rumor mill has now pulled LeBron James into the mix. At 40 years old, LeBron remains one of the league's most productive stars, but the Lakers' inconsistency has sparked speculation about his future. Los Angeles faces the reality of a roster that may not be strong enough to compete with the West's elite, and the front office has to consider the unthinkable: trading LeBron to recoup assets before his contract winds down. While the idea of James in another jersey feels surreal, it wouldn't be the first time he's shocked the basketball world with a major move. If LeBron were traded, the destinations would immediately dominate sports media. Would he chase a final ring with a contender like Philadelphia or Miami? Would a reunion in Cleveland make sense, closing his career where it began? Or could an entirely new chapter unfold in a market nobody expects? The mere possibility of LeBron on the move has fans debating non-stop, and it's only adding to the frenzy of an already unpredictable season. Then there's Giannis Antetokounmpo, the two-time MVP and face of the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis has repeatedly voiced his desire to compete for championships, but recent struggles have raised questions about the Bucks' long-term direction. If Milwaukee cannot prove it's still a contender, league executives believe Giannis could push for a trade sooner rather than later. For rival teams, landing him would instantly transform their franchise. For the Bucks, losing him would be devastating, erasing years of building around their generational superstar. The idea of Kawhi leaving Los Angeles, LeBron being traded from the Lakers, and Giannis potentially walking away from Milwaukee sounds like pure madness, but that's the current NBA. The league thrives on drama, and with social media magnifying every rumor, fans are left wondering which headlines are real and which are smokescreens. What's certain is that the February trade deadline looms as one of the most important in recent history, with the potential to completely shake up the championship picture. Whether these stars stay or go, the ripple effects will be enormous. Teams are already lining up scenarios, agents are quietly maneuvering, and fan bases are bracing for the possibility of saying goodbye to their icons. The NBA has always been a league of stars, and right now, the futures of three of its brightest are hanging in the balance.